It is school in a sponsor one, answer one sponsor.
Sometimes we school, and I say sometimes a company.
Okay.
Mature application, baby, and I say, I'm open here.
No, your translation.
He said, let me finish.
Yes.
When you came to America, was your father and mother, were they supportive?
Oh, yeah, they were both supportive.
Did they ever come visit you?
No, they don't like it here.
They don't like it.
Back home, they care about elderly people. There's always somebody there talking to them. But here, nobody has time for that.
You think the American way of taking care of the elderly is not the right way?
It's not the right way.
I always perceived Africa as a particularly rural part of the world, so I was expecting. And then even walking through Accra, it was more similar to what I would expect at home.
Did you know Michael Jackson is half Ghanaian? In fact, he's an Ashanti. Relax, let me explain.
Hey darlings, welcome back yet another interesting, intriguing, and most importantly educative, enlightening, expository, and captivating episode. Yes guys, straight up into what we have for today. But before then, have you hit on the like button? Please kindly hit on the like button. Find this video very interesting, share this video, and subscribe if this is your first time here, because on here we say just the way it is, not to demote, demean, demarcate anyone, any citizen from any part of the world, but to educate, enlighten, analyze, react, inspire, motivate, captivate, not just you but your spirit, your soul, and your body. And you can't get it as a dull moment on here on the table of vibes upon vibes with Chivik. All right guys, so straight up, so from this quite interesting, entertaining, enlightening, and educative episode as usual. Yes, I've got to put this information's history together for our exposition, knowledge, and educational purposes. Yes. And did you actually know the history of Michael Jackson, his origin? Let's get to find out in this video alongside every other videos that we are definitely going to be watching here. Like I said, kindly watch patiently till the end. They are quite interesting. Exactly. With that being said, let's delve into these videos.
Lady Audacity, you did not about Holland, your friend Grace, Osu, also Beko Ghana, or say, ne papa, and Fanenko Ghana back. This is a woman. What? Boko Ghana. Huh? Then the NG approach video no and that's your honor. Video no and that's your honor. Yatiti ye mawrem aton koko aton fia ton japade ska wo fie no de na ba brochire. Anyway, anyhow, waba brochire. Say ofa Libya but also no de Holland abrabon ontimi. Grace esi ontimi. Enti osuma ma ye. See Fanenko Ghana o, Fanenko Ghana o, wa fe ne boyfriend bi o, akwari pa de bi e wo no pass na obani esu bebrebe, mo amani tua. Grace sa na tie oba brochira, ubesu. Obia no oba brochira wansu, obia ba ye na meko, mekra bedi 2 years, me bedi 1 year, me bedi 4 days, me nya ska meko, me nya 3 billion meko, ubedi 30 years e wa brochira Grace me ka no kra chero. Se be me bi wo Ghana ntina wusu wa Ghana chiridie. Ghana chiridie. Abroche no wabano nyame abie chance amano ebi so ne ska ofie tirimude enti no nya na agene so de ope abroche bi ate na you understand ebi agana no nko ne papa eja ifie kakraka amano oye de ope bi one na form a chele ne ade ade enti obeti na abroche be uru kokoma twi toilet no kwase adwuma no onye you understand what I mean and so one reason but Grace na wotira abroche de sanity yene na eba ye no sanye na efe me sumama ye me kra me de mu kojina airport se me bani na so amfa you get what I'm saying.
Did you know that the Elmina castle was built in just 20 days? In 1482, the Portuguese economy mainly depended on our gold. When they saw the way Fernando Gomez had gained a lot of wealth from this place, their king, King John II, he sent this guy, Don Diego de Azambuja, with a fleet which consisted of 9 caravels, 2 ships, 600 soldiers, 100 carpenters, and 100 masons. When they got here, they met this particular guy called Nicest. He was the holder of the stool of the Elmina people, and because they couldn't mention his name, they kept on calling him Karamansa. Now they told this guy about their plans to build a fort to secure their trade. When they told him, he was really skeptical about the whole thing because they had to destroy people's homes in order to build the castle. And besides, the place they chose to build the castle, it wasn't really going to favor the people. After some back and forth and some threats from the Portuguese, Nicest eventually gave in under some conditions. the fact that they will not touch their sacred rock, which is called the Kokobo, and also they will not destroy their fresh water in the process of building the castle. Now they agreed, and then along the process, they defied his orders. This led to a misunderstanding between the Portuguese and the people of Anumansa, which is the Elmina people.
Look at my
After
face.
persuading them with a lot of gifts, they finally gave in. Now as time went on, competing traders came on board, which is the Dutch and the English people. They offered a lower price compared to the Portuguese. Now this is what led to the Battle of Elmina in 1625. The Dutch people attempted an attack on the Portuguese, but because the Portuguese had help from the local people, the Dutch failed. They were ambushed and conquered. They decided to go back and do their homework. Now they started persuading the people of Elmina, Efutu and Commander, to turn against the Portuguese. And then they came back in 1637. Now this time, they were able to succeed. They secured a hill that was directly opposite to the Elmina castle. And then after days of firing their cannon, the Portuguese finally gave in. By 1642, there were no more Portuguese in the Elmina castle. And that was when the Dutch people took over. Did you know Michael Jackson is half Ghanaian? In fact, he's an Ashanti. Relax, let me explain. In 1992, Michael Jackson paid a visit to a village in Ivory Coast called Krenjabo because apparently he had done a DNA test that revealed to him that his ancestors came from Ivory Coast. So he went there to confirm. And upon arrival, the traditional chiefs, which is the Enyin chiefs, they decided to confirm traditionally.
You get it?
Lo and behold, they got a mystic message that confirmed that Michael Jackson indeed is the son of the royal Sanwe clan of the Enyin people. They decided to acknowledge him by making him the prince of the Sanwe clan. They gave him the name Mikel Amalaman Ano. If you look at the way they dressed him and the kind of cloth they put on him, which is the kente, nobody should tell you where the tribe is coming from.
I'm telling you.
These are the Enyin people. They came from the Ashanti kingdom in the 18th century to settle in Ivory Coast.
You don't know.
They speak the Enyin language. The Enyin language is just like the Nzema language. When they speak it, you will hear some few words in it. They also call God Nyame.
Look at my
When
face.
Michael Jackson passed away, they requested for his body to give him a proper burial, but then his family refused. So they themselves organized a 2-day burial for Michael Jackson, and then they had lookalikes to come and perform.
It is school in a sponsor one, I say one sponsor one.
Sometimes we're school, and I say sometimes a company.
Okay.
Make sure application be very not say omo pay me.
No problem. No, your translation. Okay. Okay. In total, Ghana, how many years? You know?
In total.
Yeah.
Less than 2 years.
Less than 2 years. Yes, you have done well. 2 years. Didn't you? Yes.
Kojo Frimpong.
I didn't know we have to different.
Kojo de awodadi.
I would have been that and you
Juada, you me Juada. Frimpong de Merefi, fina, or the medium mame, Merefi.
Wow.
As I Kumasi.
Why are you
You with us.
Oh, you come to plantain chips and come out. Less than 2 years. Why are they?
That's it.
Peter running.
We're going to Galgala restaurant in the Bronx.
What kind of food is that?
It's West African food, Ghanaian food.
What's your name?
Afo Agbere, Afoagbere.
Can I call you Afa?
Just call me Afo. That's perfect.
And you're from Ghana?
I'm from a neighborhood in Accra called Nima.
What's that neighborhood like?
Majority of the people that live there are Muslims.
Are you Muslim?
I am a Muslim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
When did you move to the States?
1987.
Did you drive a cab right away?
No, my first job was in a gas station,
Attendant or pumping?
pumping.
Pumping. That's a tough job.
Oh yeah, and I have the scars,
Emotional scars or physical scars?
physical scars.
From pumping?
Yeah.
Where are the scars?
Some 2 guys came to rob me. They hit me with a wheel spanner on my head. I still have the scar right here.
Were they robbing you?
Yeah,
Oh my God. How much money did they get?
not that much. One day I was working at night. I pick up this couple. All of a sudden it became so quiet. When I look in the middle, I see this guy's butt naked,
Fully naked?
fully naked. It's on top of her.
They were having sex.
I just pulled over on the side and said, "Get out of here."
Oh, you kicked him out.
I have to. I can't.
You could have let him finish.
And that guy was so mad. He said, I let him finish. I said, "No, you can't do that in my car."
He said, let me finish.
Yes.
When you came to America, was your father and mother, were they supportive?
Oh yeah, they were both supportive.
Did they ever come visit you?
No, they don't like it here.
They don't like it.
Back home, they care about elderly people. There's always somebody there talking to them. But here, nobody has time for that.
You think the American way of taking care of the elderly is not the right way?
It's not the right way. I'm not going to retire here.
Oh, really?
No. I'd rather retire, go back home, relax.
When do you plan to retire?
3-4 years time.
Oh, we're in the final sprint, baby.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when you retire?
Raising sheep, goats, chickens.
You're going to retire and you're going to start a farm?
I'll have more time to be going to the mosque every prayer. No more Tariq Salat.
What's that?
Tariq Salat is when you add up prayers and do it at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes with this job, it's a prayer time, then you have a passenger in the car. Mm-hmm. You can pray. By the time that you drop the passenger, the time is already passed. Then you have to add 2 prayers together and pray.
How important is religion to you?
It's number one.
Have you always been like that?
I'm always like that.
Ever since you were a boy?
Ever since. Alhamdulillah, my kids are like that too. I'm more proud of that than anything else that I achieve in this country.
That you were able to raise 2 good Muslim kids.
There could be anything else as long as they hold their faith. I'm good.
That's so beautiful.
Right now in my life, I don't let things get to me.
How do you do that?
Something that happens, there's no reverse. It's already happened. You just move on.
I think a lot more people need to learn that.
If I see that you want to stress me, I'll stay away from you. That's it.
Because that person's toxic.
Most of the passengers that I pick up, I may never see them again in my life. Mm-hmm. So why would I let them get to me? I may never see you in my life, but if my wife is a nag, I will see her every day. That is a problem.
So when your wife is frustrated, I need some advice actually.
That I never went to that school.
You never went to wife school?
So no matter what you do, that is in their nature to frustrate you. It's in their DNA. There's no way a woman won't frustrate you. You just have to be patient.
There's no way a woman won't frustrate you.
Sometimes I think they just do it for fun.
Why do they do that?
I told you it's in their nature. In our religion, they teach us that they took a crooked bone and create them.
Yeah.
They're already crooked. You can straighten a crooked. If you try to straighten it out, you break.
I actually didn't read this part of the Quran, but you're saying it says in there that they made the woman from a broken bone and they're already crooked now?
Yes.
And they're going to be crooked forever?
Forever, because if you try to straighten that bone, you break it.
Is man's bone straight?
Men are made with clay, right?
Wait, so only man was made with clay?
Yes.
And women are made of broken bone?
Yes.
Here we are, Gullah Gullah. All right, Afo, let's dig in.
You go like this, tear it up. You dip it and swallow.
Do you have any advice for young people who might be struggling right now or confused?
Some people will be successful in the morning. Some, they wait till the afternoon.
That is advice.
Your time will come.
Your time will come.
As long as you don't just sit down and waiting for something to drop from the sky for you.
Afo?
That's the cow food.
Cow foot?
Yes.
And so which part do I eat?
You eat where the meat is.
That's cartilage.
It is cartilage. You want me to try it? Like this.
It's good, it tastes good, but it feels weird. I don't know.
It's soft.
You know, Ghanaians, they really like eating with their hands.
When you eat with the hands, it's like you feel more of the food.
My grandmother in Egypt, she eats with her hands a lot,
Good.
but then she licks her plate.
It's normal.
You don't want any of it to go to waste.
See how I eat the cow food?
This guy loves the cow. All right, Afo, that was so much fun, man. What do I owe you?
167.
Here's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 for tip.
Oh, wow.
I always perceived Africa as a particularly rural part of the world, so I was expecting. And then even walking through Accra, it was more similar to what I would expect at home. Like buildings were big, corporations that we would be used to in the Western world. Simple things like even KFC and Starbucks were a surprise to see.
If I had also, are you laughing? Also, video later we talk about the positivity about Africa and African. As a matter of fact, when you see my face, that means I'm going to have conversations with foreigners on their experiences. I have this, handsome gentleman here from Ireland. Hey, Sean, how are you?
I'm good, Vicar. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How do you see Ghana?
So I suppose I came to Ghana 4 days ago now, and I'm out here to visit my brother. So my brother is called Oshin, and he's working in a NGO called GVI over here. So yeah, as I said, I've been here for 4 days. Ghana is probably a little bit different to what I was expecting. So I suppose us people, so I'm from Ireland, who live in kind of Europe and America and the western part of the world, probably view Africa as quite a rural place. So I was surprised to see landing in Accra and then spending time in Cockerbite, how kind of built up the communities are and the cities are. So that's one thing that surprised me.
So we are going to take the conversation slow by slow. Actually, I spoke with your brother. Okay, actually a nice person. He actually asked me to have a conversation with the tour guide before I have a conversation with you. Yeah,
okay.
So I would like to know, let us go to the perception questions.
Okay.
before coming to Africa for the very first time, what were some of the perceptions or misconceptions you were having about Africa?
I always perceived Africa as a particularly rural part of the world, where I suppose kind of, you know, the landscape, maybe not slum, but certainly the landscape wasn't as built up as I was expecting. And then even walking through Accra, it was more similar to what I would expect at home. Like buildings were big, corporations that we would be used to in the Western world. Simple things like even KFC and Starbucks were a surprise to see. So yeah, in terms of perception, that's kind of one thing that's different to what I was expecting. And even, I suppose, like multinational corporations, like accounting firms that I would see in America, Ireland, etc., they're here, which I was not expecting.
All right, so let us go to our foods and our spicy foods. How many of our foods are which of the foods that you have so tasted?
Yeah, so the first day I arrived here, I had a cheeseburger and chips, which I don't think is local food, but since then I've tried a couple of the kind of local foods. So
banku.
Yeah, so last night I tried banku with my family, mixed with kind of a groundnut soup and beef, and it was delicious. But, yeah, really good food.
Apart from banku, which of the foods?
So I enjoyed the banku, the groundnut soup, is that the name? Yeah, groundnut soup was just fantastic. And then every morning we have fresh fruit, so banana, papaya, pineapple, and that is fantastic as well. And then we plan to try tilapia as well. I know that's a kind of yeah.
So on my channel, I mostly ask people to visit Africa and experience Africa for themselves.
Okay.
So we have the older generation. They kind of have a perception.
Okay.
You've been able to visit Africa.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell the people, especially brothers and sisters back home, on their visit to Ghana and Africa?
Yeah, so I suppose what I should say as well, I came to Africa, I came to Uganda 6 months ago. And prior to coming to any part of Africa, I had no real idea of what Africa was about. And I suppose I felt a little scared upon arrival the first time. But what I would say to is anyone, you know, who has thoughts about coming to Africa, it's just a fantastic place to be. You get a great tan, you meet lovely people, you're really, really safe, and you get a fantastic cultural experience that you're not going to get anywhere else in the world. And the Starbucks is pretty good too. So that's what I would say.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Guys. Vibes with Chivik. A lot has been said, and guys, I quite enjoyed every bit of it. I don't know about you, Charlie. That's why I brought them here, so that you can know. Tell me, what do you think about this episode? How did you enjoy it? Leave all your thoughts, your comments in the comment section, because guys, there are certain things I have never known all my life, but as a result of this series, this episode, I'm knowing a lot, exactly. And I guess same with you. So if you do, let me know. Let's talk in the comment section. Like this video, share, subscribe, and all those good stuff, and I will see you in my next one. Ciao.